Like, okay.
His little crush on him. They might have Welcome to part 2 of my Jantes Inferno reading vlog. I'm a bit of a mess this morning. I haven't done anything with myself yet. This is part 2 of the Jantes Inferno vlog. I got out of hell yesterday, and now I'm going to go back and see if I can do it not doubling up. So I got out of the 9th and 8th circle of hell by reading the book, The Year of the Witching. I got out of the 7th and 6th level of hell by reading Eternal Ruin. I got out of the 5th and 4th level of hell by reading Moonflow. And then I got out of the 2nd and 3rd level of hell by reading Mongrels. And then the last level of hell, the 1st level, I got out of by reading My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. So I'd have to read 4 more books to be able to get out of hell without doubling up. And so I'm going to try to do that. We'll see. This is a Jan style cramming vlog, I guess. It is Wednesday, so I have 2 more days left of the readathon to try to do this in. I am about 100 pages into The Macabre by Kosoko Jackson. What I've heard about this is that it is really more fantasy than horror. It does have red on the cover. It is a dark premise. It is a genre I am passionate about, so this could work for quite a few things. Pop into some of the ones that I doubled up on. So I'm giving this a shot. I'm 100 pages in. I'm liking it okay. I'm intrigued. It's definitely more fantasy than horror, and I would say that the writing is a bit, it feels a bit more YA than I was expecting. I'd heard that it's more fantasy, and so I knew that. I think I had like really low expectations going in because I had heard that, but it's entertaining enough. It's reading quickly. We'll see how I do with that today, but it is due back in the library today, so I have to get it read this morning so I can return it to the library unless I decide to DNF it, and then I'll have 3 more books to read, and I will probably make sure those are shorty patorties, as Jen says. So yeah, that's the plan. My only plan for today, other than I do need to run to 20 minutes away to the chocolate shop to get my daughter her Valentine's Day gift, and maybe my son something too, but I think he asked me for a big bag of caramellos because that's currently the chocolate he's into. So I'll get him. I'm gonna get them some candy for Valentine's Day. I used to actually set it up on the table. It was like a surprise when they woke up, but now they go to bed way later than me, so I'll have to set it up in the morning because I'll definitely be up before them on a Saturday since Valentine's Day is a Saturday. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I'm gonna get started on this. No running today. It's a rest day. So other than picking up groceries and going to the chocolate shop, I might hit up Barnes because it's right there. So of course, why not? And I don't think I have anything I want to grab. I do want to grab a copy of Hamnet at some point because I think it's going to be a book I really like, but also really sad, and I know I'm probably going to want to highlight that one, but it's not like I need to. It's just maybe I want to. I might go to the paper store, see if there's any little thing to grab to add to their candy. So that is the plan for today, and also to get dressed before I do any of that. But for the next 2 hours, I think I'm going to be reading. Alright, so it is now 9:43. I'm 153 pages into this. This is essentially about cursed objects or antiquities. They call them cursed antiquities. There's like this secret government magical agency in Britain that go and find these cursed antiquities and destroy them so that they can't hurt anybody because there's powerful magic attached to them. And so in these paintings, they're created in such an emotional state by a person who had magical abilities, very strong magical abilities, and they were created when the painter was very emotional and painting about memories that were very painful. So the magic that is into them is born from this memory that's been put in a cyclical cycle. That's redundant. It says they were born from some of the darkest points of a person's life, imbued with resonance and on a loop that cannot be fixed, only eliminated. So Louis, or Louis, I don't know how he pronounces his name because I don't have this on audio. He was recruited to destroy these paintings or help destroy these paintings because he's the only one that can do it, because it's like a ancestor or something. So there's magic in this world, and there's a magical agency, and they're going around destroying these things because if they don't, someone could use their power to hurt people, and these paintings are so powerful and depressing that that they actually do hurt people just by existing in general. Like there's one that was in a house and it was making the people in the house sick because of the power associated with it. Destroying these paintings is also very dangerous, so they've recruited him. And he's like all about it. He's suspicious because it's the British government and colonialism, and he's American, and you know, he's like suspicious of their motives, etc. But also there's some sort of villain in here that's definitely after the paintings for other reasons. There's 10 of them. One has never been found at all. The other 9 they're trying to acquire. They know they exist, and they're trying to acquire them so we can destroy them. And they don't want him to go out into the fields yet. They just want him to like chill in this magical house, because if he dies, then they're not going to be able to do what they set out to do. But they do let him go out in the fields. And I'm like, he did not give you a good enough reason for that. Like, I don't get why they were just like, yeah, sure. He like threatened to like not do what he was supposed to do, but I have a feeling like they have magic. They could probably still make him do it somehow. He goes out into the field and he makes like horrible decisions, and then he comes back, and the guy that he's working with, Noah, that he has a little crush on, him. They might have a little crush on each other. They have a relationship, sort of. Not really, but like a budding friendship, relationship, feelings for each other. They come back from this mission, which he wasn't even, like, it was a test to see if he could be out in the field and be trusted. He doesn't follow orders. He makes stupid decisions, and bad things happen. And he comes back, and he's like, oh, I feel bad. Like, this shit happened because of me. And it was like, yeah, but you also like saved millions of lives. So, you know, shit happens. But then like 3 pages later, he's like, you didn't follow orders and this happened because of you. I can't trust you. So I'm like confused because those things happened within like 3 pages. Anyway, this is entertaining enough. It's a pretty quick reading experience, and there's definitely horror elements in it, but it's definitely stronger fantasy with horror elements so far, horrifying elements in it so far. So I'm gonna keep sitting here and reading this for probably another hour, and then take a break and get ready and go do the errands I need to do, and then come back and read some more and hopefully finish, because this is due back at the library today.
I did it. I left my house. I was able to get to part 3 of the macabre, 229 before I left, so that's moving along nicely. Still don't have many thoughts about this. Yeah, I'm assuming that there's some ulterior motive to the government for destroying these paintings, or there's something going on there that, you know, he doesn't know is going on yet, and we don't know either. So I'm over halfway through now. So I think I should be able to finish this before I need to return it. I just might need to run out tonight after I finish and return it to the library before they close at 8. And then, where's my phone? Phone, please. And then I was looking at things I've marked as my favorites on Hoopla, and they had When the Reckoning Comes. I don't even know if you can see that, the glare from the window. Probably not. So I started When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen, and that's going really good so far. I'm 21% in already. I started it while I was getting ready and driving to get Valentine's Day stuff for the kids. So I'm at TJ Maxx now. I'm going to go in there. See, I have a gift certificate, so I'm just going to look around there, and then I'm going to go to the Munson's Chocolatiers to get the Valentine's Day chocolate. I have to stop and shop, pick up my groceries, and maybe stop at Barnes. We'll see. But anyways, this is going really well. This is a story about a Black woman who has history in this town that has this plantation that supposedly is haunted, and her white friend and another Black friend that she had went to it when she was a kid, and something happened, and then now that white friend is having her wedding there, which, like, okay, that's not very cool. And I'm assuming that, you know, the ghosts of that place are going to come back and take revenge, the slaves' ghosts, as they should. And yeah, someone has like completely like refurnished the plantation and even the cabins around the plantation, which used to be like slave quarters, which is gross. And then, yeah, so she's going to have, the white friend is going to have her wedding there. But I guess there's also like sort of reenactments and stuff, which is just gross. But I mean, there's Civil War reenactments still too, so I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why people do these things, but anyways, I'm at TJ Maxx. This is really good so far. Lots of racist commentary and racist things. They're talking about like women going missing and nobody caring, and then people finding them like running naked down the street and no one caring, and people not treating Black people with the humanity that they deserve and in the South, and it's disgusting. I think sometimes since I live in Connecticut, it's not as, I mean, there's still racism, right? But it's not as glaringly apparent as when you go down south, especially in the rural areas. Like my parents live in North Carolina now, and you could definitely see it. It's pretty blatant some of the time. Because that's the world we're living in, and it's not okay. That's why it's important to read these stories, even if they're not fun all the time. But I've heard this is a good one, so I'm excited, and I'm gonna go do my errands. Okay, so I finished the macabre, and oh wow, this lighting is awful. Anyway, I finished the macabre. I give it 2 stars. I was intrigued. I knew it was going to be more fantasy than horror going in. I think the marketing for that book did it a large disservice. It should not be in the horror section. It should have been remarketed and put out as a fantasy completely. Because if I didn't know that ahead of time, I would have DNF'd it much sooner, but I knew what my expectations were going in, so I was intrigued by the premise. I will say the first 2 paintings that they got to, I enjoyed. I thought that the imagery and writing and events were cool, and I was intrigued. And then the third one, still somewhat intrigued, and then it just going down from there. I definitely just lost interest and was bored. And my rule for star ratings is if I am bored, and I finish it and it's like a struggle to finish, it can't get more than 2 stars for me. It just can't. So sadly, that's getting 2 stars. I don't have that much to say about it, unfortunately. I don't know which level of hell that one's going to go to. It'll either be cover or dark premise or a genre I'm obsessed with, or what was the other one? It's not backlist, but it could be used for like red on the cover. So it'll go somewhere. I'm just going to do 4 books that I know could fit somewhere and figure it out at the end. That's my current plan. On the Reckoning Comes, I am almost done with. Going much better as I figured, because so many people have recommended that to me over the years. So I'm finally getting to it. Happy to be finally getting to it. So I am, 87% of the way through. So yeah, I'll definitely finish that today. And I have 1 more day tomorrow before the end of the readathon. So I have to read 2 more books. I'm going to definitely pick some short ones. I don't know what though. I don't know what I'm going to be in the mood for, but I'm definitely going to pick a couple novellas, one I can listen to and one I can read tomorrow. And then I need to do some editing, because I have last week's vlog, I have this, I have the bigger Jantes Inferno vlog to edit, so I need to get that done. So I've just been sitting here, made dinner for everyone. My husband, it's his busy season, so who knows, he could be home now or he could be home at 8. It's 6:12 right now. I'm also on sprints with Gabby at the moment. I got a little bit of wine here, and I'm coloring. I am doing a poodle, and I'm gonna do mostly like blue, like, you know, green blues and purpley blues and all blue motif. That's the plan. So yeah, my kids are ignoring me, and so I'm just chilling. Tomorrow they have a half day, and I have to get my oil changed, and I need to run at some point, and then I need to edit. It's the biggest thing I need to do tomorrow. So I'm hoping I can get 2 books done and get at least 1 vlog edited up tomorrow. And then my kids have a half day. My son, I think, wants to get his hair cut. My daughter's going to an after-school thing. They're going ice skating and out to the 99 with the youth center. My son's aged out of that now. No one goes once they're in high school, so they cut the age off of it. I think they do like a couple of trips for high schoolers, but mostly it's for middle school. So she's going to ice skating tomorrow into the 99 after for the half day, and then on Friday she is going roller skating and to Dave & Buster's. So she's going to have a great time. Lots of socializing for her. She'll probably be exhausted. And then on Saturday she has a Valentine's party, my little social butterfly. Sunday obviously off, and then Monday's President's Day, and then Tuesday they have off. So
And she goes on another trip, and that one is the movies and some trampoline park. So that'll be fun. I picked up my library hold. It was just the Blue Book of Nebo that came in, and I've been wanting to read that since Kayla read it a couple years ago, maybe. That one's pretty short. So, I mean, I could always maybe read that one as my backlist book. The only really specific ones are involves a dog, a grumpy character, which I already have 2 for those. So cover by could be anything that I like the cover of. I'll probably just mood read tomorrow. I know there's like one book that Allie's reading for her random pick this month, and I think it's like a very short audiobook. So maybe I'll do that and then pick a book to read. I want to read Where I End by Sophie or Sophia White. And that's not too long either, but that one's depressing, but I know it's going to be good. I've heard good things, so I want to know. We shall see what's the other side.
Sitting in the basement apartment I rented with you.
Alright, quick update before I go to bed. I finished When the Reckoning Comes. I liked it a lot. I think I'm going to give it a 4.5. It's heartbreaking. And, you know, that's our country's history. Sad, sad stuff. Oh, they were talking about, like, plantation owners making things out of slaves' skin and masquerades. Little girl that this wife was treating like a dog, and making her do tricks, and such awful. It's definitely horrifying, and more horrifying out of reality than any horror paranormal. It was good, and I'm glad I finally read it. Well, that's going to be a 4.5. I'm just going to give it 5 stars on Goodreads. Still need to read 2 books, so I'm thinking I'm going to read, I don't remember the author, but I'll tell you tomorrow. On audio, there's a really quick read. I think it's like 100 pages, called The Test, which is a book set in Britain about people who are trying to get into Great Britain, I think, or they have already immigrated into England, and they have to take this test to prove their worth to stay there or something like that, which I think is pretty topical for the shite that's going down right now in America. Elsewhere as well, but especially here. And then for something light, because I've been reading a lot of heavy stuff, I'm going to read Automatic Noodle, I think. I started this, but this will be pretty quick, so I should be able to finish this tomorrow. I considered starting Where I End, but I just think I need something a little bit later for a little bit. And I take a little break from the dark and depressing things, because I've been reading a little bit of that lately. That's the plan. I've got my big old Squishmallow. You haven't met him before. His name is Bartholomew. He is my sentient gargoyle a la Night and Moth. And he keeps me company in my bed at night and gives me back and neck support while I read. And then this is Figment, and I got him at Disney several years ago, and he's kind of floppy. Like, he's almost too floppy now. And he's not helpful when it comes to reading anymore. So he's my Snuggie at night, because I am a child. I'm a 42-year-old child, and I have my stuffed animal still. I'm never giving him up. I need something to snuggle with at night, always. My husband's too big and greasy. Anyways, I'm in bed now. I've got Ellie snorching next to me. Big gal is downstairs with my husband. He stays up later than me, always. I'm sorry, I have the air filter on, so if you can hear that, that's what that is. Anyway, I should be able to get out of hell without doubling up. I get those 2 books read tomorrow, unless I decide to switch it up. But I think that will be the plan. And to run, I'm gonna run tomorrow, and since today was a rest day. So I finished up listening to The Test. This one's a super short. It's by Sylvain Nouvelle. This is a super short audiobook. It is only, I think, 2 hours long total, but it's about 100 pages. So it's a short little novella. It's like longer than a short story, but like shorter than a novella, I guess. Novelette, I don't know. It is about immigration and these tests that in this book they have to take to become an immigrant. And it's got commentary on the difficulty of becoming a citizen. This takes place in the UK. Gets a little Black Mirror-y, which was really cool. It's super short, and I was very invested and engaged with it the whole time. So I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I thought it was great. It's definitely worth a listen. It's super quick. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna use it for yet. As far as the Jantes Inferno goes, I'm just gonna at the end go through and
plop everything in where it could fit. There is red on the cover. It's like speculative fiction, so that's something I'm passionate about. I love those kind of books. I could put it there. I could put it in backlist, definitely. And I could, so there's several places I could put this in. Oh, and a grumpy character too, because there's definitely a grumpy character in here. I really liked this. I thought this is worth, if you need something like really quick and interesting to listen to on like an hour drive. Definitely. I listened to it on my run today. I ran 4.5 miles. I just need to finish Automatic Noodle, which so far is super cute. This is about a bunch of robots and artificial intelligence robots running a noodle shop after their burger shop gets shut down and they don't have anything to do. They're trying to figure out how to reopen and live their lives after this, I think, robot war. We don't get a lot of that in here, but this is more like uplifting. So I think I'm gonna use this for my cover one, or it could be used for several others. So like I said, there's red and orange on this one too.
During the holiday party we had with the crew. Romeo was roaming the garden. Saturday was spent in a parking lot. Gave it all we got. It was
So in Automatic Noodle, we have these sentient robots with various functions and looks about them. Some look more human, some are definitely not, but they have some sort of sentience. And there was a robot war where they gained, quote unquote, some sort of freedoms, but they're basically indentured. They have to work through their contracts for the people that originally paid for them, etc. And they're free, but they don't have a lot of rights. They can't own bank accounts and they can't own businesses. And there's a lot of things that they're not allowed to do. So their freedom is contingent and with a lot of rules. So obviously it's it's commenting on things like what happened after slavery was abolished and what's happening. People that are coming into this country and not being able to become, this might be a stretch, maybe not being able to become citizens because of the cost of everything. It's like, yeah, they're here and they're in America, but there are, sometimes, when you're just getting here, you can't work and things like that. And so, it's done in a very interesting way so far and humorous in some aspects, but I'm liking it so far. It's interesting.
So I just realized I never gave a final video clip for my Jantes Inferno Cramming vlog. So I'm just going to wrap it up here. I have finished Automatic Noodle, gave it 3 stars. I thought it was cute. It was fine. It's a cozy little sci-fi and worth the read if you're into that. It was so short and fun. So that was my last book, and I did get out of hell. My Jantes Inferno Cramming vlog is complete. I will tell you, I got out of level 9 with The Year of the Witching, which was a backlist book. Dark Premise, I got out of the 8th level of hell with When the Reckoning Comes, because that's definitely a dark premise. Part of a trilogy was Eternal Ruin, that was level 7. Level 6, red or orange cover, was The Macabre, because there is some red and orange on that cover. 5 was Grumpy Character, was for Moonflow. Level 4 was Automatic Noodle, which is cover pick. Includes a dog. I put Alice Feeney's My Husband's Wife in there because there is a dog in that. Genre you're passionate about is level 2, and I put Mongrels there because it's horror and that's probably my favorite genre. And then one more book, I put The Test because it's super short and I could put any book in there. So I did that, and that got me out of hell without doubling up. So I'm very proud of myself. I read 9 levels of hell. So 9 books within that week, and I am impressed. Not really. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and comment down below. I'd love to hear from you.